Hi, I'm Mason Dukacek, and welcome to our show, Build a Tribe Live, where I have the privilege of interviewing established experts, recognized authorities, and up-and-comers willing to share their unique and interesting perspectives on business. My goal is to help share ideas that can help you and other viewers attract, capture, and convert more of your ideal prospects into customers online. And today's guest is Tom Ruwitch, who is a Yale graduate and president of the St. Louis-based email marketing company, MarketVolt. I invited Tom to come in today to share his ideas about how to basically re-engage inactive past clients, to reach out to potential clients, and turn those potential clients into customers quickly, easily, and inexpensively utilizing email marketing. So, Tom, basically, what I'd like to do is I've got a very simple format. It's about 10 questions and maybe a few follow-ups related. But if you wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into this line of work and what it is that drives you to be passionate about the whole niche of email marketing.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks for having me,
My
Mason.
pleasure.
My background was as a journalist. I worked for about 10 years in the newspaper industry. And in the late 90s, as the internet was beginning to take hold, I got into the online newspaper business. And that business, of course, uses the passive advertising model. Capture an audience, plop ads on the pages of the newspaper, hope that enough people respond to the ads that the advertisers find return on that investment. But what began to fascinate me as the internet took hold is the opportunity for interactive advertising, where buyers and sellers could connect in a much more of a dialogue, and media like email was at the forefront of that movement. So around the year 2000, I hatched the idea for MarketVolt. We didn't invent email marketing, of course, but we were pretty early into the game, and we jumped in. And what really began to interest us most was this idea that it wasn't just about putting out a message and hoping it sticks. It was about having conversations with your prospective customers, your clients, learning from them based on how they interacted with your email, opening, clicking, and so forth, using that knowledge to instruct your product development, but also to understand who your true prospects are, what your different people's interests are. And we've been doing it now for 12, 13 years and built a successful business and helped a lot of businesses grow as a result.
Well, I appreciate you setting aside time to visit with me. I'm sure our viewers will be able to benefit from some of your experience. Like I said, I've got about 10 basic questions.
Mm-hmm.
I might as well get started.
Let's do it.
What are some of the keys to a successful email marketing campaign in your opinion?
Well, there are many, but creating content that emphasizes value and doesn't just pitch is first and foremost the key thing. What you are doing, whether you're B2B or B2C or small business, large business, for-profit or non-profit, you have some value that you bring to the client or the prospect. And to the extent that your emails demonstrate that value, as opposed to just saying, here's what I do, here's why you should buy, call this number, you will engage your audience, get them to trust and like you. And so when it's time for them to make a buying decision, they are with you. So that's the first thing. Second thing, building on what we talked about with tracking, make sure that your emails give people an opportunity to click.
Okay.
Don't put the whole thing in the email. Don't put the whole story in the email, because then you have no way to know if the person engaged with your content or
Or
not.
at what point, if you have links at different stages of the content, you get an idea how far people are reading and what their attention span is
Precisely.
regarding your product.
Now, you took us to advanced techniques there, but that's what I would expect from you, Mason. But we'll stop there. Those are two key things. Provide great value, give people an opportunity to interact with your content so you can learn from them and interact with them.
Okay. What are some of the mistakes that businesses should try to avoid when conducting email marketing campaigns?
Greatest mistake that businesses make is sending everything to everybody every time, regardless of their interests. So it's perfectly okay to create a monthly or twice monthly newsletter that goes to everybody, because by design, that newsletter might have a little bit of everything for everybody. Let's
Right.
imagine the music store that sells CDs. Send a newsletter on a regular basis to everybody. It has something about rock and roll and blues and jazz and classical. But when it's time to send out a promotion for the big classical music sale, if you send that to every single person on the
like
mailing
rock
list,
or country or whatnot, they're gonna be like, hey, these guys
Yeah.
don't know me, they're just wasting my time, versus dialing in specifically on your
90% of the people on the list might have no interest in classical. And the more you send everything to everybody, the more likely you are to send stuff that people don't find relevant, and then they'll tune out. They'll stop opening your emails, they'll click the opt-out button,
totally see that.
they'll click the spam complaint button. So back to this link tracking concept, if you have a goal to sell more classical music, engage people, the whole list, with a variety of good, engaging, interesting, valuable content, classical, jazz, rock, so forth. And then track over time who keeps clicking through on my link for the classical music article.
Now it becomes a target.
That becomes segmenting your database against which you can send the targeted promotion. Those people welcome your email. Those people not only welcome it, they think, wow, those guys at Acme Music, they really know me. They get me. They keep sending me the stuff that interests me. They're engaged. They buy. Meanwhile, the rock fan is not getting annoyed at you for sending all these classical
It's the difference between
promotions.
using a machete or a scalpel.
You got it.